in the media conference with Lal Goel, which is brought to you by V4 News, Global TV, V4 Stream, News Gaon Se, Samvad Sarokar News, Organ Donation India Foundation and Gyan. Our endeavor is to enlighten you with the current topic. And today's topic is not only current, but very, very relevant. And the topic is impact of social media on families. Don't use social media to impress people. Use it to impact people. Social media are interactive technologies that allow the creation or sharing or exchange of information, ideas, career interests, and other forms of expression via virtual communities and networks. While challenges to the definition of social media arise due to the broad variety of standalone and built-in social media services currently available, there are some common features. Especially when it comes to the internet, from parents to kids, everyone has multiple social media accounts, which keeps them engaged for long periods of time. People post almost anything on their accounts, from pictures of events to minute things like telling their friends and followers if that they are just got their nails done. There are many types of relationships that people develop over time, and the most important by far is the family relationships, of course. It is here that the impact of social media can be seen the most. Earlier, families would bond over face-to-face conversation that would be had with one another when everybody was done with their day's work and were at home unwinding. These days, families barely greet one another, and everyone is engrossed in their own news posts or their own social media accounts. Watching videos, reacting to posts online, and responding to friends seems to have become more important than even saying hello to one another. And to discuss this very, very important point, we have a very, very special panelist guest with us from different sects of society, and they all are experts. They all have the experience because they are all homemakers, and they know what the problems they are facing or what advantages they are getting from the social media. So we would like to definitely take their views, and I would like to invite my first guest on this topic, that is impact of social media on families. He is Dr. Rajiv Anand. Dr. Rajiv Anand is a senior psychiatrist and marriage counselor. Dr. Rajiv Anand passed his MBBS in 1976 and did MD in psychiatry in 1980 from King George's Medical College, Lucknow. He opted to serve his country when it was very common to settle abroad for a brighter future. He has been serving society with his base in Mumbai. He has clients all over India as well as in many other countries. He was honored with Lifetime Achievement Award by AMA. He has conducted more than 3,000 workshops for different groups and companies with audience size of 10 to 800. His television program on various channels have been widely appreciated for his forthright and practical approach. He is leading in the field of mental and emotional well-being for 41 years. He was president of IMA for 2 times. He was interviewed in several talk shows in domestic and internationally. Welcome, Dr. Rajiv Anand, on our show. Dr. Rajiv Anand, you being a senior psychiatrist and marriage counselor, you are the best person to know about the problems or the advantages because of the social media, the impact on families, because you might be getting lots of people from all walk of life, those who are coming to you and talking about the impact of this social media. So we would like to know from you the impact of social media on families. Dr. Rajiv Anand, please.
Thank you, Mr. Lal, and good morning, everybody. I take note and feel inspired that today we have a very good team of panelists. Kiran Kocher rather, had been a principal for long decades, and now she has opted not to take any further job and take care of the family and of the profession. Preeti, if I did my research well, Preeti Kohli has devoted her entire life to take care of the family. She could have been a wonderful, successful executive, I researched, but she opted to be a mother and wife. Great, hats off to you, Mrs. Preeti Kohli. So it's with Seema Shenoy, who is an excellent professional in her own field. I had privilege of interacting with her in some of the program, and Achal, who is in social media left, right, and center, and me, and between these four women who have their wide experiences. And where do I stand that as a person who deal with different walks of life and different kind of people, different circumstances, I feel there's a lot of confusion about the word family. There's a confusion about the word media, and equally so the confusion about the word social media. First about the family. वो एक गाने का एक मुखड़ा है ना, ये कहाँ गए हम. Family, as we discussed in the last Thursday program, family was the source of healing, family was the source of nourishment, family was the source of bonding. Now family is like a guest house where everybody come when he finishes work. Everybody come to have a cup of tea or dinner or rest or sleeping or little recreation, little less on the TV, more on the iPad, more on the laptop, more on the mobile. So family is now everybody like those birds. They come from different direction and spend some hours in that roof, under the roof, not bonded so well as it was desirable. And many of them, they feel strange family members, strange bed partners, strange life partners. So where have we come? Well, for centuries, for ages, everybody is aspired, everybody has dreamed to be a part of the family. And when we are in family, we are losing value of it. We are eroding the sense of family. That's one part which I would like viewers listening to this program across Kerala and Karnataka and UP and Bihar and other states and other countries, then let us periodically review. Am I a part of the family? Is family a part of my day-to-day life? Or is it just symbolic that I am in family? If you review, you would really get jolted by the reality. Second part, I would say the media. What was media essentially meant for? Making our life better. Media was meant for giving us entertainment, giving us a recreation, giving us information, giving us something which instantly we can't come to know, or rather immediately we can't come to know in the immediate environment. So we thought media would help us. Media was supposed to help us. Media was supposed to serve us. Media was supposed to make our life easier. But where have we come? Media has surrounded us all around, and we are slave to the media. It's now taken over the entire life, morning to evening. And to top it all, when media was just a media, print and electronic also in a very mild form, 30 years back till the cable came, largely was print media. We all have read wonderful articles from Kuldeep Nayyar and Frank Samoyes and Shyam Lal and great authors and great scientists and great philosophers and great editorials. Now, how many of us can say that we have read newspaper, even one article completely? No time, because so much other activities encroach in our life. So ever since the social media has come, and Mr. Lal enumerated many things which I heard first time. Many of them, I don't know what Quora is, QURA. I'm hardly involved with Snapchat or many other things which I heard first time, and I'm relieved that I do not know them. It's good that I do not know them, because social media has ruined the fabric of family life. When we say family life, I think it's becoming more or less like a rhetoric family life, because we don't come close together. Our social media is the biggest sought, biggest rival of all kind of relationship, even between father and son, mother and daughter, husband and wife, parents and children, because we love our social media connectivity far more and far better than the person sitting across. Because we have used to take notice of the person sitting across. Like right now, Mrs. Kiran Kocher is looking very serious, what I'm going to speak. So if I observe it sitting in the real situation, then I would observe it. If I would be lost in my mobile, then I would ignore whatever she is thinking or not thinking. Or I often comment about my co-panelists. If I'm in this moment, I would take note of it. If I'm going connected to my media connectivity, then I would be lost. At present day, I am finding everybody, whether the child or the adolescent or the housewife or the executive or the doctor, everybody is lost Lost in what? Rather than being in the present moment, they're lost in some imaginary moment. I may have 5,000 followers on Facebook, so what? I may hardly connect with them. I have a penchant for connecting to people, not for any selfish interest. I have a liking, I know the value of it, connecting to a handful of people who are good soul. At least this journey should begin from the closest people, your family members. But today, the social media is as if a program is there to disconnect you from everyone. You may gloat about it that I know 5,000 people who are my followers, or I may have few thousand people in my WhatsApp. But can I say I can call anyone and say, hello, hi, how are you? I want to talk to you 5 minutes. Do you have time? And I am not likely to hear no. Person would say, oh, why you want to ask me? I have at least a dozen people to whom I ask and they tell me, आपको पूछने की जरूरत नहीं है. You are welcome anytime. I feel very happy. This is the wealth I want. I don't disturb them without any rhyme and reason, but they know that if I'm calling or if I'm messaging, there must be something. Social media has been the one major region, trust me, where marriages are cracking apart. Because social media, especially the phone, has so much of information about it. Where did we go? Where we swiped our card, Google location, our followers, our admirers, our appreciators. I exchange shairi with some people, fair enough, nil romantic shairi, all philosophical shairi. I sanitize them. I know that if one of shairi goes romantic, it may create havoc. These days, every activity of ours is being watched or it has the potential of being watched. And almost every wife want to snoop into husband's activities and many times reverse also. Now, without knowing what exactly is happening, we assume. If I'm sending a shari to Preeti or to Anchal or to Seema or to Kiran, it would be assumed that I have some nefarious plans. Shairi. Nobody would read the shari. Person would say, oh, shari ka matlab hai romantic shari. Shari ka matlab hai ishki shari. So this is creating more and more confusion. People are assuming. We have allowed ourselves to get debased, to get disconnected from the roots or from the rationality or from the logic. We are more into the world of assumptions. We see somebody sending message to me, oh, great, you did wonderful job. You're a great man. If she happened to be a lady, this admiration would be missed as she's having an eye on me. Or if I send complimenting message to someone else, I'm running into difficult water. If anyone else read, I'll be seen as flirting. No, this wasn't there 30 years back, but today it is there. Who have allowed it? We have allowed it. Can we roll it back? Answer is simple. We have gone too deep into social media. We can't roll it back. We can't come out of it. As if we enter into the sea water and we didn't know how far to go, how far not to go. Now we can't come out of it. We are going to drown into it. Drown into it exactly is the word that most people are finding it difficult to get out of it. That's where I find it. If I don't know many social media thing, I'm very happy. I'm not on LinkedIn. I hardly know about Twitter. Achal may not like my statement. She has a strong connectivity with Twitter. But there's the time. Where's the time? In fact, let me dare say at this point of time, I'm one of those person who may be labeled whatever, the old timer. But I would very strongly like to say this. Let us simplify our life. What family is meant for? To be with some people who matter for us. Essentially, simplest definition. What family is meant for? To be with some people at least, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, 5, if not 5, 4, 3, 2, with whom we feel comfortable. What family is meant for, what house is meant for, to be with oneself for a few moments, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, when I can be with myself. Nothing. I'm not using any language which can be popularly called hell with anything. No, I won't call hell with the people. No, let them be in heaven. Let them enjoy the earth over here. Let them make the heaven on the earth. But social media would not let us. So few things we would be speaking at the end of the program. I'm just giving a glimpse about it. Like a knife, which is a very helpful instrument. All of us know about it. In the kitchen, without knife, we can't make the food. But who compel us to carry the knife in both our hands all the time, 24 hours? Anybody is forcing us to carry the knife? No. We can use the knife and keep it away. Mobile, excellent thing. Any of the social media, Facebook or so, or WhatsApp or so, Snapchat or so, Twitter or Instagram is very good thing. They were supposed to connect people. They were supposed to bring people together. But then so many strangers, so many outsiders have become notionally closer, and so many people who were supposed to be close to us, they have been thrown apart. वो लोग जो हमारी जिंदगी में मैटर नहीं करते थे, बहुत दूर के थे, बहुत पास के नहीं थे, वो हमारी जिंदगी में आ गए हैं. On birthdays, we received so many messages. On my birthday, this was the first time, I couldn't read the headlines of the newspaper because the barrage of messages and barrage of the phone calls. And out of my conscientiousness, I need to give an answer. I need to say thank you to them. I, from morning to evening, could not get even a minute to read the newspaper headline. First time it happened after years. Now, I may probably feel pride about it. So many people care for me, so many people love me. But is that reality? If I couldn't if I couldn't wish myself happy birthday, if I couldn't get connected with my closest people about it, then what have I done? So we are blindly becoming victim of a very malicious and dangerous process. And I don't mean to malign, I don't mean to deride social media. I know it has a great potential if kept in check. Every medicine is a medicine in right doses. Every medicine poison in excessive doses. Every food item is healthy, nourishing in right doses. Overfeeding is dangerous. I'm looking forward to hearing from all the four great ladies over here who are much better explained than me on this topic. Over to you, Mr. Lal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rajiv Anand, for giving your views. And Dr. Rajiv Anand says the social media is basically to help, to connect, but the misuse of social media, which overuse rather, excess of use, is disconnecting the families. No one has a time now even to read the newspapers or to greet each other. And that is why the problem with the social media is that social media, if we will use it as a tool for connecting, is very good. But if you misuse it, if we will overuse it, and if you will, yes, we always engaged on the apps like Facebook or YouTube or WhatsApp, then that will ruin the family, where we always believe that the family is where you go there and you have some time to spend together. Dr. Rajiv Anand, you have mentioned about the knife, and you said that who has given the knives to us, one has to use. Now the question is, can we blame the knife if somebody is murdering somebody or killing somebody with that knife? Knife is there to cut the vegetables, to cut many things, but not to cut somebody's body. So similarly, the social media is there for the use, not for misuse. So what you say about this, Dr. Rajivan?
Let me give a balanced view that if I give my knife to children around, kids around, because they see me playing with it as often as possible, how can I say that the knife is or could be harmful? First, we elders have to set the role model. In fact, I would like to add one more thing. There was a society in our country, there was a protocol in our country, there was a tradition in our country, where the youngsters had a lot to learn from the elders. Today, it is just the reverse. Trend had changed. Elders have a lot to learn from the children, or children think that elders should listen to them and learn from them. I would say there has to be a balance. There should be some balance between these two extremes. Let everything good, if it is good for everybody, be practiced by the elders. If it is not good for youngsters, equally may not be good for me too. If I'm looking into the phone at the dining table, how can I ask my people around on the dining table, they don't look at the phone. So there's a need for all of us to review, introspect, and reprioritize. And that's the need of our to be applicable across the board for each one of us. Back to you, Mr. Lal.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anand. So viewers, you have seen how the social media, if it is used properly, and if it used judiciously, you can, it's not going to impact, rather it is a positive impact for the families, because as our panelists also agree, the families are nowadays nuclear families. The children are staying somewhere else, and the grandchildren are there. If you use the social media, you can even teach sitting here the customs or all their own etiquettes, etc., sitting here anywhere in the world. Similarly, if you are using it properly when you are coming home. See to it that you should greet each other. Dr. Rajiv Anand mentioned about the birds. I can only say when a bird comes, you can hear how the children of those small birds, how they feel happy to see their mother bird or the father. So similarly, we should add that thing. Otherwise, social media, everybody agreed, if it is used properly, it is a boon. But if you are misusing it, so anything can be misused. And Dr. Rajivanand has also mentioned about the medicine. If you are using the medicine in proper dose, it is always beneficial. But if you are overusing it, then definitely it's very, very harmful. Thank you very much. And today's program has been live telecasted by V4 News, Global TV, V4 Stream, Newsgaon se Samvad Sarocar News, as well as it was shown live on the social media, that is Facebook and YouTube.